After students have been engaged in whole and small group concepts related to targets, one way for them to demonstrate understanding and elicit evidence is through reading journals. This is where students apply what they've learned by writing and using the concept or skill during independent interaction with text. One of the targets we were working on as a whole group was describing characters, setting, and events in a narrative story. So what we did as a group was put our pictures from that story onto our house graphic organizer so that students would remember that the target that we were working on was characters, setting, and events. And we put those events in order on our graphic organizer. But then another one of our targets was using possessive nouns correctly, and we wanted to make sure that students are seeing that in context. So we did some interactive writing using that same story and making sure our events were in order. And we got that possessive noun in each of our sentences so that students could see that in context. After engaging in whole group concepts, we now want our students to use their reading journals during independent practice or small group instruction to show that they understand how to use the concepts that have been taught in whole group. When students use reading journals like this one, we can start to gather evidence of targets that have been taught whole group and are now being carried over to independent practice. In the instances you just saw, students are carrying over character, setting, and events, and also possessive nouns into their independent reading journals. During whole group, these second graders learned this strategy for coding text, and now students are going to use this strategy to keep track of information related to main ideas and details in their reading journals. Can you tell me what was interesting again?
Some alligators have stripes.
Awesome.
Kangaroos live in Australia. Where could you find the word Australia to help you?
In this fourth grade example, the teacher and students create anchor charts together in their reading journals so that students have an easy reference for small group instruction and also independent practice. When students take their reading journals to independent practice, they're expected to use the same strategy and skill that was taught in the anchor chart as a whole group.
As a class, we go over the main idea and talk about what skill we're working on, and then individually we go over the same thing. And
so when you do independent reading, you have to show that skill in your journal? Cool. As reading journals are carried over into independent practice, the journals become formative assessments. When students can apply what they know in an authentic way, such as in a reading journal, teachers gain not only evidence of the targets that were shared and taught, but also more information and evidence about other underlying skills and strategies related to that student's knowledge.